I will make sure you regret coming into this house, witch. In fact, there will be no food for you until tomorrow, Auntie Helen said with anger. Auntie, please, I am sorry. I will never repeat that again, Caro cried. Shut up your dirty mouth and don't ever call me your auntie again, so I look like your auntie. I am asking you, do I look like your auntie? If I hear you call me your auntie again, I will make sure I kill you myself. Auntie Helen roared like a lion. Make sure you wash those clothes properly, and don't repeat that mistake you made again, because your smelly future cannot even buy any of my clothes, Auntie said to the poor girl, and left. Caro knew that her auntie was ready to deal with her, so she tried her possible best to wash all the clothes as clean as Auntie Helen instructed. After doing that hard work, she spread the clothes and walked sadly to her old room to rest, but it was not possible because Auntie Helen came out again and started shouting her name. Caro! Caro! Where is that stupid witch? Come outside here, she said. Caro quickly ran out as her auntie screamed her name. Where are the clothes I told you to wash? Auntie Helen asked. I sprayed them outside, Caro said, pointing at the place where she sprayed the clothes. You did what? You sprayed my very costly clothes outside so the sun would spoil them for me, right? Oh yeah, come closer to me. Come closer to me, Auntie Helen said. Caro knew her auntie was about to hurt her again. I am very sorry, Ma. That is how I see my parents spraying their clothes. I will never do it again, Caro begged. Those clothes are more expensive than your useless parents, and don't ever try that again, Helen said. Well, it was evening, and when Mr. Felix returned from the place he went, he saw Caro sitting outside, alone with a sad face. Caro, what is the problem with you? Why are you doing your face like that? Well, for your business, I have done my part by bringing you to my house, and I want you to know that I will be selling your father's land and any other property he has so I can use the money to feed you, Mr. Felix said and walked inside. Caro, who was only a child, sat in the corridor with a sad face. She felt so sad when her uncle said he would be selling her father's property. But she can't fight or do anything, and she has no place to run to. Mr. Felix entered the room and saw his wife and 3 children already at the dining table. Oh, so you people are so hungry that you can't even wait for me to come home before eating, Mr. Felix said. Wait for who? You that love coming home late? Please, my children cannot die of starvation because of you, Helen said. But Daddy, we are just starting, so you can come and join us, Kioma, Mr. Felix's first daughter said. That is true. Let me just drop my bag, Mr. Felix said, dropping his bag, then joining his family on the table. So, my husband, tell me, where did you go that kept you outside for so long that you had to come back late? Helen asked her husband as they were eating dinner. Oh, I went to see a friend. He wanted to buy my late brother's land. You know that we have to sell that land so we can raise money to bring his child, Caro, up, he said. You are right, my husband. We cannot waste our own money on that little witch, Helen replied. Mom, she is not a witch. She is just a child who lost her parents at an early age, Obina, Mr. Felix's son, said to his mother. Shut up your mouth, and what is your problem? Why do you like supporting that witch? And next time, don't talk while adults are talking. Helen said this to her son. Mom, I don't like the way you are treating her. She is also your child, just like me. Dad, you will not believe that Mom refused to give her food, Obina said sadly. Ah, my wife. I think you should give her something to eat. You are going too far with that girl. She just arrived today, and you welcomed her this way. I don't care how she feels. She is a very stubborn girl. I will give her food, but not today. I want to use this as an example for her, so she will not disobey me again, Helen said. In fact, I am not eating this food here again. I am taking it to my room, Obina, Mr. Felix's son said. Then he took his food from the table and walked away. He saw that no one was watching him, so he sneaked out of the building and went outside with the food. He saw Caro sitting in the corridor alone. He quickly went and gave her the food. "I am sorry for how my mom treated you today. Please accept this little food from me," Obina said. Caro could not reject the food because she was really weak and hungry. She collected the little food and showed appreciation to Obina. "Don't worry, I will talk to my mom. She will not treat you this way again." "I guess maybe she is just angry today," Obina said. "Thank you for your help and kindness," Caro managed to say, "and please make sure you hide the plate in your room till tomorrow. I will come and get it myself, so my mom will not suspect anything," Obina said, and went away. Obina has the same character as Caro. As little as they are, they still think like adults and feel like adults. Obina was the only obedient child out of the Felix children. Caro took the little food inside her small room and rushed the food like someone who hasn't eaten for years. The next morning, Caro woke up as early as possible and started arranging some things in her room that she couldn't arrange the previous day due to her aunt's maltreatment. Soon, Auntie Helen came out and saw that the whole compound was looking very dirty. "Wait, so this girl is still sleeping like a queen and the whole compound looks dirty," Helen said, and she began screaming Caro's name. "Caro! Caro! Little witch, come outside quickly!" Immediately, Caro dropped everything she was doing and ran out of the room like a horse. "Oh, you are still sleeping, right? No, answer me. You are still sleeping, and the whole compound is dirty as a queen, right?" Auntie Helen quickly landed her a very hot slap. "That is for disobeying my rules. You are in this house and you cannot sweep the compound. Are you waiting for me or my beautiful children to come and do the work or what?" Helen asked. "Auntie, I am really sorry. I just wanted to arrange something in my room before sweeping the compound," Caro said while crying. Auntie Helen quickly landed her another hot slap. "Are you mad? I have warned you several times never to call me your auntie again, but you still had the right to disobey my orders." The slap was so hard that Caro fell to the ground. Mr. Felix heard her screaming from inside, so he quickly came out and saw Caro crying on the ground. "Helen, this is too much for this girl. I brought her here for you to take care of her, not to kill her." "It is too early for all this drama," Mr. Felix said angrily. "You cannot tell me how to control her. She is a very disobedient child. Is she not supposed to sweep this compound by now?" Helen asked. "Even if she has to do that, at least just speak up. You must not beat her for every little mistake she makes," Mr. Felix said, going back inside. "Oh, I see you are happy now, right? Before I close my eyes and open them, stand up, pick up a broom and begin sweeping this compound," Helen instructed, and she went inside. Caro quickly managed to stand on her feet. She quickly picked up the broom beside her and began sweeping the compound. The compound was so big that it took so much time for Caro to sweep even half of the compound. After sweeping the compound, her auntie brought out a large number of plates and told her to wash them all. "Make sure you wash those plates very carefully without damaging them for me. I will be going to get some food stuff from the market. Make sure you finish washing before I come back," Helen said, leaving the compound. A few minutes later, Mr. Felix and his 3 children came out of the building, although Mr. Felix was dressed up like someone who was going for a meeting. "Chioma, you are the eldest, so I will give you 1,000 naira, and Obina, I will give you 500 naira. Finally, I will give Ozioma 200 naira, because she is just a little kid and she doesn't have anything to do with money," Mr. Felix said, as he shared the money between his 3 kids. "But Dad, are you not going to give Caro anything?" Obina asked, pointing at Caro, who was busy washing the dishes. "Why do you want Daddy to give her money?" "She is not among our family," Chioma said. "But she is my sister also," Obina said. "I'm sorry, but I don't have any money to give Caro for now. Maybe next time," Mr. Felix said, saying goodbye to his children before going out. "Why do you like supporting this girl?" "Mom told me that she is a witch, and she killed her parents," Chioma said. Caro felt so sad when she heard Chioma call her a witch. "Please don't call her a witch. She is just a poor orphan who needs someone to care for her, Obina said. But Kioma still never liked Caro for once. Her mom has poisoned her mind to believe that Caro is truly a witch. She gently walked inside the house without giving Obina any reply. Obina went to where Caro was busy washing the plates. "Please, can I help you with the chores? This is too much for you," Obina said politely. "No, please go away. Your mother will not be happy seeing you around me." "I don't want her to hurt me again," Caro said as tears rolled down her cheeks. "Please, I want to help you with the chores. Don't worry, my mother will not do you any harm," Obina said, and he joined her with the washing. A few minutes later, Auntie Helen entered the compound, and she saw her son washing the dishes together with Caro. She got really angry and picked up a big cane from the floor. She quickly rushed to Caro and started beating her like a slave. "I can see you as a very stubborn child. You have the mind to force my son to wash the plates with you, right?" Helen said as she continued beating Caro with a big cane. "Mom, please stop. She did not force me. I was the one who volunteered to help. Please, she is innocent." Obina said it with a sad face. "Go inside the house. I don't want to see you outside the building till tomorrow," Helen shouted at her son. She continued beating the poor girl till Caro collapsed on the floor. Helen didn't bother to know whether she was alive or dead. She just packed her bags and left the poor girl on the floor, unconsciously. Caro lay on the floor unconscious for almost an hour. A few minutes later, Mr. Felix entered the compound, only to see the poor girl lying on the floor like a dead person. Ah, what is wrong with this girl? Why is she lying on the floor like that?" Mr. Felix said with anxiety. He went closer to the poor girl, and he saw plenty of bruises on her legs and her face. Immediately, he knew that his wife was the one behind it. "Helen! Helen! Come out here!" Mr. Felix shouted, so his wife heard his voice and came out quickly. "Why are you calling my name like someone who killed someone? Helen, what is your problem?" "Okay, tell me what happened to Caro," Mr. Felix said, pointing at the poor girl lying unconscious on the ground. "She is receiving the punishment of being a disobedient child," she answered. Mr. Felix realized that Caro's body was not moving. He quickly raised her up and realized that the poor child was closer to death.